Hi, I'm Ed Jones, owner and founder of Off Grid Power Systems. We sell, design, and install solar energy systems, lithium batteries, inverters, chargers, and management devices to enable owners of RVs and other specialty vehicles to live and work off the grid and to avoid making reservations months in advance just to get a camping spot with hookups. Today, I'd like to discuss what goes into properly designing a mobile, off-grid power system that usually, but not always, includes solar power generation. While much of the following discussion also applies to stationary systems, like your house or an outbuilding, we'll focus on mobile situations for this video. When you choose off-grid power systems to design an off-grid power system, you will be guided through a process that starts with you completing a questionnaire. We'll then schedule a consultation that includes going through your answers and any additional questions that may arise. After all, it's better to think things through at the beginning so that we can meet your expectations and avoid any rework later. There are three primary areas of concern to properly size a system. First, we need to estimate point-in-time usage, which asks, what is the peak electrical load that's likely to run at any given time? This is needed to size inverters for continuous and peak loads. Second, we need to estimate usage over time. This is needed to size capacities of battery storage, especially during periods of no solar generation. Estimating what loads you would use on any given day and for how long you use them results in the average amount of energy needed per day. And third, we need to determine how much electrical generation and storage will be needed to accommodate your usage against the inherent constraints that arise in a mobile situation like an RV. This is usually solar plus occasional use of a fossil fuel generator and alternator charging from a running engine in a motorhome or van. First, we estimate what all the significant electrical loads are in the vehicle or trailer. The questionnaire has a list of common appliances such as televisions, electric coffee makers, hair dryers, air conditioning, and the like. We also want to determine which of these appliances are most likely to operate at the same time so we can figure out what the peak load will be and then size the inverter or inverters appropriately. Remember though, we are still limited by the vehicle's overall power limit on the main breaker panel. This is also a good time to discuss methods of reducing overall electrical consumption. I have two videos where I discuss power efficiency to save money and provide more comfort. You can see links to those in the description below. Let's first discuss usage over time. We ask several questions and introduce some scenarios to determine how a client uses their RV. These would include, are they weekend warriors who might also take a week-long vacation in their RV? Are they more seasonal campers, staying out for several weeks at a time, but returning to home base periodically? Do they live in their RV full-time? Do they spend a significant portion of time boondocking or dry camping? Do they follow the weather to avoid very cold or very hot weather? If they go camping in hot weather, do they want to run air conditioning when off the grid? Do they want to install solar panels? And if so, do they want to prioritize solar generation over fossil fuel generators or running the engine on a motorhome to charge the batteries on cloudy days? Load calculations also come into play when we determine usage over time, particularly when we try to estimate how many minutes or hours a day any given appliance would be used on average for that day. Now that we have a good estimate of how a client uses their vehicle and what they would like to power, we need to plan for enough electrical generation when and where the owner wants to camp. For example, the owner may decide they will only run air conditioning when attached to shore power. That reduces the size of the needed battery bank and possibly the size of the inverter, which reduces equipment and installation costs. Alternatively, the owner may spend a lot of time traveling in the summer months and want to run air conditioning in the bedroom at night, even when off the grid. This will not only require more battery, but in order to charge those batteries quickly enough to accommodate maybe one cloudy day and still have enough electricity to live comfortably, we need to ensure we can generate enough power. The three main means of generating power when boondocking or dry camping are solar power. This is the most popular method because it doesn't require fueling and maintaining a generator, not to mention it's silent and doesn't smell badly. Alternator charging. In a motorhome, using excess alternator capacity when the engine is running is a great way to recharge batteries, especially when roof space is limited, such as Class B or C motorhomes, vans, work trucks, and food trucks. Or fossil fuel generators, either propane, gasoline, or diesel. Portable or onboard generators can be used to run high electrical loads for a few hours when battery capacity is low, when solar production is low due to clouds, or small roof space. If you have an onboard generator, chances are we can even automate starting and stopping based on battery state of charge, time of day, etc. Just like most everything else in life, we need to balance wants and needs with certain constraints. It's our job at Off Grid Power Systems to help our clients understand these and plan accordingly. The primary limitations we need to consider are budget. This may go without saying, but we make sure to discuss this during our initial consultation. We can provide ballpark estimates based on the questionnaire to help the client focus on options that fit in their budget. Available space for solar panels. For most clients, this means how much free roof space is available for solar. When roof space is tight and the client wants to generate more solar power, we can discuss supplementing roof-mounted panels with portable ground-mounted panels or build solar awnings. I have a video that discusses more that I'll link to below. Shading of solar panels. Other objects on the roof or nearby objects such as trees can create a small shadow that falls across solar cells and can reduce the electrical output of a single panel by 50% or more. If the panels are in a series string, the combined electrical output of all the panels in the string will suffer. This is where an experienced off-grid solar designer is crucial. After all, you do want to maximize your bang for the buck. And finally, adequate space to install power equipment and batteries. Even the smallest van can accommodate the equipment. It just takes a little creativity, maybe flexibility, to get into those spaces. I know this was a lot of information, and frankly, I only scratched the surface. Motivated and interested do-it-yourselfers can research, plan, and design on their own, and we can still help by validating their design and selling the equipment for them to install. Alternatively, if you just want to hit the road and not spend months researching and planning, we can design and install your off-grid power system for you. In the end, a lot of knowledge, experience, and planning goes into building a safe and properly functioning off-grid power system, whether we do that for you or you choose to do it for yourself. Thank you for watching. You can find more information about off-grid power systems at the links below. If you liked the information in this video, please give us a like and subscribe. If you want to be alerted when we post future content, click the bell icon. Thank you.